And we're live. Hello and welcome to the 147th episode of HEX Therapy Live. I'm your host, Maddie ALLin, and I've got a great show for you tonight. Now, I started going live recording this last night and didn't quite have everything put together that we needed. And so this is a special episode where I'm going to demonstrate what I was showing last night. And for those of you who aren't aware yet, we have accidentally discovered a way to price lock your coins, any ERC or PRC20 tokens. You can price lock with Time Pays Me, and it's already live on mainnet. And so I'm going to do a demonstration tonight here to show you what I mean, to show you how cool and flexible this protocol is. This isn't something, I guess I'll admit, this is not something that I knew you would be able to do. But when somebody was asking on Tuesday night in the comments whether an option like this could ever exist, I realized that with the behavior locking component of Time Pays Me, you can actually have your accountability buddy. You can show them proof of what the price is of something in the future. And that allows you to price lock tokens for the first time on Ethereum and Pulse Chain. So very cool what I'm going to be unveiling tonight. Pretty excited about it. It is somewhat of an emergent property of Time Pays Me. So thanks everybody for tuning in here on this Friday night. Hit the like and subscribe button. We had over 6,500 people tune in across Twitter and YouTube to watch Game Theory Gang this past week. And previously we had been averaging about 1.7 thousand views per episode. And so what I'm hearing the extra 5,000 of you say is that you like it when we have special guests. You liked it when we had Axis Alive as our special guest. And so the plan is to keep bringing you more and more special guests on Tuesday nights. It's not that difficult, seeing as how we have such a vibrant Hex and Pulse Chain community. But you all impressed me by showing up strong for that. So keep up the good work. Keep liking and sharing this material, and it'll get out to more people, and people will get excited, whether we're talking about a potential bottom call or we're talking about, as tonight, we have a new technology, something you could never do on blockchain. You can do it now to some extent. So without any further ado, I am going to run the intro, and then we're going to get started with week number 147, the week that we discovered how to price lock using Time Pays Me. Welcome.
It's from Maddie ALLin of HEX Therapy Live. I like Maddie. Maddie tries to make the world a healthier place. He's a mental health professional. He's done research, big videos on sudden wealth syndrome. There's nothing that a human being could do better than try and heal his fellow man. Maddie ALLin's got that covered. Does emotional, feel-good, mind management, emotion stuff like as his gig, because he's a therapist. That's what he does for a living. Like, he helps heal people.
All right. Awesome intro. And here we go. Straight into the meat and potatoes of what we're doing here. Now, I went to the website that my team created, timepays.me. And I used my MetaMask wallet that I already prepared for this demonstration. I used MetaMask to interact with this decentralized application. And I haven't set a second seed phrase for this wallet yet. This is a demo wallet. And so that's something that can be done following the instructions on the Time Pays Me Twitter. So x.com/timepaysme is where you can see the tutorial thread there. Now, the other thing that I already did to prepare this, so this demonstration would go much more quickly for you, is I put about $320 worth of Pulse into this wallet. And then I used pulsex.com to swap for ink. And then I transferred my ink into the vault here. And the vault is a smart contract that you hold yourself. It's for those of you who are extremely technical. It's like in Uniswap, you go to the Uniswap smart contract factory and you issue yourself a smart contract to hold your liquidity position. In this case, you're not holding a liquidity position, you're holding a smart contract that gives you the superpower of time locking anywhere from a week to 55 years. That's the first function of Time Pays Me. The second function of Time Pays Me is to be able to undo a hack by setting up a second seed phrase and having that 7-day timer going whenever you want to withdraw coins from your vault. And then the third function is the behavior lock that I'm going to be showing off tonight and also in the future. I've actually started writing a book chapter about Time Pays Me because I realize that something that has this much significance in the crypto space takes a lot of explaining. And so I'll probably do, I'll write a book and then I will make a course for people to understand how to use this. But you guys are getting the cutting edge here in the live streams that I've been doing every week for 147 weeks. You're getting the cutting edge preview here of how all this stuff works and how I'm even discovering features as we go that is on the cutting edge of decentralized finance. Now, I've got my coins already here in the vault. So I transferred them from my wallet to my vault, right? And the other thing that I did here is I started a notepad. I started some notes on my computer, and I didn't put my seed phrase in there. That's handled separately, of course, but I put in the device that I'm working on. Well, I put Time Pays Me Time Lock Demo. Then I put the computer that I'm working on, the Chrome browser that I'm working on, because you can have more than one Chrome browser named differently in different installations of MetaMask. And then I put the name of the account that I'm working on within this Chrome version of MetaMask. And then I copy and pasted the address that I'm working with, 0x blah, blah, blah. And then the name of the vault, the address of the vault as well. And the reason why I like to keep track of all these things is because I create so many wallets, and because if I ever needed to undo a hack or go back through my notes and see, oh yeah, it was, it was a year ago that I made this time lock for $100, and now I need to, retrieve that or whatever. So right now I've got one of these little clocks down here that tells me what the price is of the different assets. So Ink is trading for $1.19 today. It had previously traded all the way up above $70, I believe. And what we're going to do today is we're going to do a price lock based on what I think the price of Ink could do in the future. So I'm actually going to do 3 different time locks today, and I'm going to show you how these work. So the way that a behavior lock works is I need to get a link from the dApp when I create the lock. That gives me a 6-digit code that I'm going to give to a behavior validator. That could be a friend or a family member, or it could be the homeless guy that lives outside of the 7-Eleven, my famous example. And it's a 6-digit code that somebody's going to keep track of for you. For me, for this example, I'm probably going to send it to 2 different people. And now the coins, whatever coins I'm locking, they are going to be unlocked after a year. I can put in any 6-digit code. I could put in 000000 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that would unlock the coins after a year has passed. But if the desired behavior or whatever is being validated has occurred in less than a year, let's say the price of Ink goes to $50 tomorrow. Well, if that's my goal, if that's my behavior goal, is to hold on to Ink until it reaches $50, then whoever my behavior validator is, I can send them the evidence that, hey, it reached $50. Give me my unlock code. And then they would give me the unlock code, and the coins would be automatically unlocked. Not automatically, but I would be able to pay the 3-cent transaction fee to unlock the coins. And then they are immediately available within the vault to withdraw on a 7-day timer, so I can make sure I'm not getting hacked, or I can create a new behavior lock or a new price lock. So that's pretty cool. That's all how we designed it. As you can see on my screen here, I'm going to do my first ever price lock here with 100 ink, and under lock mode instead of normal, which means it would drip back to me over a set amount of time, or a hard lock where I choose the end date. This is a behavior lock, so it's automatically going to lock it for a year unless I achieve my goal here. And then for the for the label, that's going to be really important. I'm going to put the price of ink is greater than $50 per coin. That is what's going to show up as the label for the behavior lock goal, which in this case is a price lock. So I'm going to hit the lock button. This is where the front end wasn't playing nicely with me last night, but it'll work this time because I've tested it so much. And you're about to lock 100 ink until September 22nd, 2024. It doesn't say unless I use this code to redeem it with a behavior validator, but I'm going to copy this code. This URL is very important. I'm going to put it into my notes here. And now if the price of ink did like almost a 50x, which is what this would be, that would be really cool, because then I would have turned like $100 into $5,000. How cool would that be? And if it doesn't reach that price, well, then whenever the price is after a year, then I'll be able to get the coins out. At that point, maybe they're worth $5 per coin, or maybe they're worth 5 cents per coin, right? But it's going to stay locked until I reach the goal. And so that'll be pretty cool. So I'm going to hit confirm here. It's going to pop up in MetaMask where you can't see. It's going to charge me 6 cents for this transaction. Looks like the blockchain's a little bit busy, but not too bad compared to Ethereum. By the way, this does work on Ethereum mainnet as well if you prefer higher transaction fees. And now it's going to give me one more chance to save this URL. I already put it into my notes here. So I'm going to keep my notes organized here. And I'm going to make it so I don't have access to this code. I'm going to send it to some people and then delete it from my chat history. But first, I'm going to do 2 more price related locks. So I'm going to hit the refresh button here so that the app can understand that we're starting something new. I'm going to choose this time ink. The ink price, I have 99.9. I'm just going to hit max. So almost 200 ink here. I'm going to do the lock mode as behavioral lock. And then this time I'm going to say that the price goal is to have the price of ink greater than $5. Just a 5x on this one. How about that? And remember, I could always hit $5 on ink and then just like not message my behavior validators. And then if the price went to $10, then I can message them then. Or maybe I get the code back and I don't unlock it right away. So it's, or it could stay locked for 2 years, right? There's not going to be any penalty or any fee if I don't collect it on time. The point is that I just can't do anything with this ink until I get the code back from the behavior validators whenever I so choose. So hopefully that's clear. So the price of ink has to be greater than $5 for this time lock. I'm going to hit lock. I'm going to copy the code. Very important to copy the code here. I'm going to also show you how the code works. Let's see. I'm going to hit confirm. I'm going to pay the transaction fee 8 cents now. I guess people are trading a lot of coins on Pulse Chain right now. I guess there are some new protocols that just launched. Maybe everybody's using the behavior lock on Time Pays Me right now. Wouldn't that be cool? So here's the last chance to store this URL safely. I've already got it in my notes here, and let's see. That's good. Making sure my notes are clear here, and then we're gonna do one more real one, and then we'll do a fake one too. So the next one, all right, I've already prepared this for you, is going to be, I think with you, it's going to be with DAI. So I have 100 DAI from Ethereum in my wallet here. I'm going to hit the max button. It's going to let me do like 99.99 out of the 100 DAI that I have, because there is a 0.1% fee, which is less than the cost of a swap, by the way. That's how nice this, how affordable this protocol is. I'm very proud that my team was able to put this together without a sacrifice, without a coin, and only a 0.1% fee. That's 1 out of 1,000 units. So not even that bad. Oh, I didn't hit the refresh button here. I want to get rid of all those old criteria. So I'm going to choose DAI. I'm going to choose max. My lock mode is going to be behavioral. And then here's where it gets fun, everybody. This is going to be for the price of ink. This behavior lock is going to say, I want the price of ink to be less than 50 cents. If the price of ink goes below 50 cents, it's going to allow me to contact my behavior validators. They're going to give me the code. The code's going to unlock the tokens, the 100 DAI. Then in order for me to swap it into ink, I'm going to have to do the withdraw out of the smart contract. So that'll take 7 days. And then I'll be able to buy ink. And who knows? Hopefully the price stayed below 50 cents. If it went to 50 cents, it could have popped up back to $1 by then, or it could have gone even lower. But again, for security purposes, to be able to undo a hack, we have to give ourselves that 7-day period to be able to do a swap or a send or whatever else. But this is the other side of doing a price lock, is I can do a price lock to say I want to see the price be higher on ink, but I can also do a price lock with DAI to say I want to see the price of ink be lower, and then that allows me to do to do a buy order at that point. So if you can imagine, how cool would this be during the next bull market when you know that the top is in because Richard Hart has called it, and Bitcoin's at $80,000 or $160,000 per coin. You just sold off and have this big stack of coins. Now you can say, I'm going to wait until the price of Bitcoin dips 50%, or I'm going to wait. You could say, you could put in this label here. You could put Richard calls the bottom. That could be your behavior criteria. And then it's up to you and your behavior validators to argue and to say whether he called the bottom or not. I don't know that you would have met that criteria this time around, but you could certainly set it based on the price of GBTC going to 11K. You could have set it based on the price of Bitcoin, spot Bitcoin dropping down to $15,000 per coin. Or, I mean, you can say somebody wins the election. You can say your fuzzy slippers squeaked in the morning or something. You can literally make your behavior lock be whatever you want it to be, which also I think is just so fascinating to prove to you that we're dealing with programmable money here. This Time Pays Me is your window into programmable money, folks. So I'm gonna lock this DAI. I'm going to say the price of ink needs to be below 50 cents. It's interesting because this isn't, I don't believe this is even going to tell the behavior validator how much money I'm putting on the line. They're not going to know if I time locked or behavior locked or price locked $1 million worth of DAI or $10 worth of DAI. It's all going to show up as the same here. So, okay, so we got this. I've copied the link. It's going to charge me 3 cents this time to do this behavior lock. It is going to confirm. And then the last demo I'm going to show you here, I better get ready to send this to my behavior validator so it's the real deal here. Um Here we go. Yep. F it, we're going to do it live. So I'm going to send this to one of my behavior validators. I'm going to send this to a second one. Excuse me, just to be careful, just to have a backup there. Then, I'm going to delete it. I'm going to delete the message that I sent on Telegram. Do not also delete for the other person. Okay, I'm not going to delete for the other person, just for me. Delete. Also delete for the other person. No, don't want to do that. Okay. I sent you a behavior lock code and deleted it. Thanks. Okay. Copy, paste. Both people understand what's going on. I understand what's going on. I've deleted the codes. I no longer have the codes. Boom. Behavior lock created. I can keep track of my behavior locks down here in the DApp. It's going to show me the progress that it takes to get to a year, or here's the tag. The price of ink is greater than $50 per coin. For this one, price of ink is greater than $5 for this lock. And it shows me here, I locked eDye. The price of ink needs to be below 50 cents for me to claim that one if my behavior validators are willing. So just to show you guys what it looks like to actually claim, I'm going to take some pulse. It looks like I have 100,000 pulse here. So I'm going to do 90,000. And then my behavior lock is going to say, what do we got here? I've been streaming for 22 minutes. Stream for 24 minutes now. Validate my own behavior here. And I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to hit confirm. The blockchain is going to charge me 3 cents or 671 pulse. So I'm not going to send this to somebody else. I'm just going to show you how the claiming works. The lock was created successfully. I'm going to hit done. Now I can see that this lock has been created where it says stream for 24 minutes. Now it's been 23 and a half minutes. Let's go ahead and go to the link here that we would normally send our behavior validator. So we are going to here. Okay, so my brilliant developers decided to put a view to make it so that if you accidentally clicked on this link and you didn't want to see the numbers, you would just see 6 stars. And you have to click this little I button to be able to see what the code is. Just another way to make it so that if you don't want to cheat, you don't have to. And but now it looks like I have been streaming for 24 minutes. So normally I would go to my behavior validator for this, but since this is just a demonstration, I'm going to demonstrate that I can unlock the funds using this code 298042. So if somebody has this link and they have this code, they don't need to know anything about blockchain. They don't have to have a MetaMask wallet. They don't really even have to go to the website. They can just send me the link back when it's time, as long as I've deleted it. It's made for people who are not crypto savvy, and that's was very intentional by design to make it more accessible for people and to make it so that you can attract more people into crypto with them realizing that crypto is more than just about making money. It's about making yourself into the best version of yourself possible. It's about changing your behavior, right? Because I could do one of these behavior locks to quit smoking or to exercise more, or it doesn't have to be related to price. And when I write my book chapter about Time Pays Me, I'm going to be using contingency management to pay myself, to motivate myself to write a book chapter about contingency management. So how mega meta do you get there? So let's go back to the front end. Let's see that this is the behavior goal to stream for 24 minutes. Now I'm going to try to claim it, and I'm going to try to just make up a number and see if it'll work to let me claim 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unlock. Oh, it says error. The PIN code provided is invalid. Why don't I try the actual PIN code? I'm going to hit the unlock button, and it's going to pop up in MetaMask. It wants me to pay 1 penny to run this transaction on the blockchain. The transaction is going to run, and we're going to see that my balance within the vault has gone from just under 10,000 pulse. And I'm going to hit the refresh button here. You'll be able to see it's back up to 99,000. So we added the other 90,000 that had previously been in a behavior lock, and that behavior lock is gone now. So we've only got the 3 real ones there. So how cool is that? You can lock any token and make it contingent upon the price of any other token. So I could time lock $1,000 worth of pulse and say, I don't want to get these coins back unless it's been a year or unless the price of Bitcoin is over $40,000. And then it's up to me and my behavior validators to prove that to the blockchain and to prove it to myself. So you can now hold yourself accountable in ways that were never before possible. And just to emphasize this even more, this true DeFi, I don't need to give the person who's validating my behavior, I don't have to give them control of my account. I don't have to chop up my seed word. I don't have to take 10 of my 12 words, give somebody else the 11th and 12th word. And then if they lose it, I don't have my coins anymore, right? That would not be a good way to do a behavior lock. Same thing with the Gnosis safe. Can't do it that way either because you're giving someone else partial ownership and then you're relying on them. In this case, with timepays.me, I am able to set a goal for myself, hold myself accountable, and if I've involved somebody else in the process, I'm not going to need to rely on them. If all my behavior validators lose the codes, then I wait a year and my coins are unlocked using any 6-digit code. If I achieve my goal, and it doesn't matter how greedy the person was, if they tried to run away with my money, the 6-digit code that they have is not going to give them access to my account. How beautiful is that? How truly DeFi is it? I'm blown away. And I, as I said earlier in the episode, I never realized that Time Pays Me could be used in this way. This was an accidental discovery based on somebody in the comments on Tuesday night. We had access to live streaming with us. We had over 6,500 people viewing it. And there was just somebody in the comments who was like, hey, can I do this? And I almost said like, no, you fool. You can't do it that way. Why can't you appreciate what we've established here? All the cool things you can do with Time Pays Me. And then I was like, oh, wait a second. When I was typing back to them, actually, I think you could do that. And now I'm going to do a whole special episode about it. So there you go. For the first time in history, we have done a price lock using Time Pays Me based on what the price of ink could be in the future. Time locking ink for $50 per coin, locking ink for $5 per coin, and locking DAI to see if ink will ever hit 50 cents. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, I'm going to see what's going on here in the comments. And if you haven't checked it out, my writing yet, my book chapter isn't available yet, but something that I wrote 3 years ago now, one of my best writings, is still available on my Medium. I think if you go to the website 3gcrypto.com, it'll take you there. Yep. 3G crypto. Hex fixes mental health. Programmable money cures the curse of paper money. I'm really proud of this article that I wrote because it laid the foundation for everything that I've come to do in crypto, even before I started streaming. So make sure to check that out. If you don't have a Trezor, if you use my link, it supports the channel and doesn't cost you anything extra. And then if you want to stay up to date on everything I'm doing, really joining t.me/smartvaultme is a great way to go, because that's going to give you, I'm going to drop something in there about once a day, and that'll keep you learning about crypto. Also, you can go to allmylinks.com/allin. I have a chain analysis course that's pretty cool, that's free. You can find there, as well as lots of other cool stuff that I've worked on. I am just so excited to be presenting what I did today in the first 30 minutes of this episode about being able to price lock using Time Pays Me. It's a joy to see emergent properties of a protocol that we made, that we knew would be a powerful framework, but we couldn't even anticipate all the amazing use cases that people would use it for. What's up, Ivor? Hey, Maddie, the dungeon. What's going on? Whoop, whoop. Jay, how's it going? Cookies and crypto. Thank you for validating the like button. I really appreciate it. Believe in yourself. How's it going? Always on topic and off topic alike. DeLorean has been stored in a garage. It's not so random, although it is. I'm going to be selling my DeLorean soon. I'm going to be posting that on Twitter, and the more people can share that, the better, to help support the channel and to try to keep it in the family of people who are in the Hex and Pulse Chain ecosystem. What's up, DJ Bomber, Robert Brooker, McSlammin, decentralized escrow? Yeah, that would be another use case for Time Pays Me. And you would have a slightly different workflow than what you see here. But still, it would be definitely be possible. And the episode that I did where I put it on a coin is another example of a way that you could do that, and then have the person who's going to take custody set up the secondary wallet and make sure that somebody understands all the logical rules of how a recovery works with the second seed phrase. And there would be a way to do that. That should probably go in the book now, shouldn't it? The complex instructions for how I would do a decentralized escrow using Time Pays Me. You never know when inspiration will strike. Thank you for sharing on Twitter and Facebook. I greatly appreciate it. You guys rock. So let me see here what's going on Twitter. I know the ladies of DeFi are going to be streaming here in about 10 minutes. I am always impressed with all the Hex and Pulse Chain streamers that are out there. Today, I listened to Crispy Man of hexfire.io this morning, and then I caught an episode with Super Hex Win and Corey Costa on his channel. They did a great interview. And then Crypto Coffee was interviewing Buck and Dylan, Hexistani Dylan from fiat.io. And they're launching something cool. They were streaming just before I started, I believe. And then tonight, you're going to have the ladies of DeFi on Crypto Class's channel. And then you're going to have the F and Hangout on Discourse Syndicate. So what a lineup. Normally, I am on the Thursday night time slot, but unfortunately, my demo wasn't working quite right last night, and so I started doing a live show last night and then switched to today. But the streak continues. I would like to point out. Okay, so also follow Time Pays Me on Twitter or on X. That's a huge help. It gives part of the social validation that we need in order to get more people in the Ethereum world using Pulse Chain, using Time Pays Me, learning how to delay gratification, getting set up for the idea of longer pays better. I'm going into my Twitter bookmarks here so I can comment for the last 10 minutes of the episode on anything else that's been happening in the crypto space. I have heard a number of concerning reports that people's banks aren't letting them buy into crypto lately, and that's certainly concerning. I am not sure if the bottom is in or not. I know we did a whole episode on Tuesday about that. I could see it going either way with the macro situation that we've got. I hear a lot of people being bullish. For me, I'm all in as usual. I've got a little bit of dry powder on the side from things that I'm selling nowadays, and I'm just holding on during this longest bear market in crypto history. Did the NSA invent Bitcoin? I don't think so, and neither does Adam Back, who is the father of smart contracts, but only likes Bitcoin for some reason. Proof of no work showed a bunch of wallets that are associated with Richard Hart and the origin address. That's kind of interesting on Twitter. Let's see. Mt. Gox changed the deadline of their Bitcoin payment to October 31st, 2024. Previously, it had been October of this year, and they have 142,000 Bitcoin, as reported by Sami, your friend Sami. Shout out to him. The DeFi Llama founder got concerned, according to Binance News and Eric Wall, that Richard Hart controls over 11.3% of the total DAI supply, DAI stablecoin. And I saw somebody commenting that they thought it was actually closer to 40%. I don't know which number is more valid, but I know that it doesn't concern me. If you did your homework or if you knew anything, you would, if you were an expert on the matter, you would know that Richard Hart or whatever person controls that address, the sacrifice addresses, actually helped hold the peg of DAI and USDC and USDT when there was a banking crisis in May. And so they are part of the reason why crypto didn't fail at that point. And so this person has no idea what they're talking about. And it just shows you how uncool some people in DeFi are, that they can't even recognize when somebody is protecting the entire ecosystem and the entire crypto space for that matter. Zero X Coast is working on doing a fiat on-ramp for entity accounts such as LLCs, retirement funds, and other business entities. This is incredible news. I will be one of the users of this because I have had trouble creating an account with a trust that I created during the bull market. It doesn't have a whole lot of money in it, but it's enough to where it's just been sitting on the sidelines in dollars, accumulating dust and getting held by different custodians that I'm not even sure about. But the idea of being able to hold to self-custody in a in my case, it's a 401k Roth, PSP, which is like a pretty exotic type of retirement account. You can only contribute a few $1,000s per year to something like this if you have the right income requirements and everything. But then you pay your taxes up front, and then you never have to pay taxes again. This is something that the PayPal founder, one of the Peter Thiel, I think, is the guy who ended up creating his own entity and creating an IPO, and has like $1 billion in his Roth retirement account that he doesn't have to pay taxes on ever. So that's pretty cool. Somebody was reporting 0x NGMI on Twitter. Not going to make it. Clever username. Says what I've been saying already about Frontech's security model. If the Frontech front end is hacked, they can steal the funds. They just direct the iframe to send the ETH. But hey, you heard it here first. Lots of drama has been going on regarding a certain crypto influencer and him losing his Lambo and losing his channel. I'm not really going to comment on that. It's just something that's been happening. Here's a good one. Dolly -3, DALLE-3 is one of these image generating apps, protocols that uses ChatGPT style prompting. They are about to integrate this into ChatGPT 4 before the beginning of October. And so if you pay $20 a month, like I do for ChatGPT, you're going to be able to now have access to Dolly 3, which it looks like it's an incredible version of Midjourney, way better than Midjourney, and something I'm particularly excited about that's going to be happening here. I guess in the next 10 days or something. And so I can't wait. I used to pay for Midjourney, but it wasn't good enough. I didn't like how I had to prompt it using other programs to even write the prompts so that I could get something close to what I wanted. Well, it didn't end up being what I wanted. And I forget I was paying like $30 a month for that. Wasn't even using it. So I canceled it a few months ago. And I'm super excited to know that my $20 a month that's been being put to work with ChatGPT 4 is going to automatically be able to generate images now pretty soon. So that's exciting. Johnny Chaos has been giving some commentary about how hard it is to get money out of a bank. And that's part of the reason why we have crypto in the first place, is so that you can control your own money. So I really appreciate his commentary there. Let's see. Rolando Cryptos.pls was reporting how much he thinks went into the sacrifices for different projects ever since Pulse Chain started. And these are side projects. I was pretty shocked. I didn't realize that it was this much money, that $55 million was put into liquid loans, sacrifice, 15 million to Power City. And then it was less than $1 million for Pulse LN, Pateas. GoPulse didn't have a sacrifice, blah, blah, blah. But I think all of those projects have been coming along and are going to do airdrops soon. That's a lot of money. That's more than that's like twice what was in the liquidity pool of of HEX whenever it was day 656 and you had the all-time high. There was like $30 million in the liquidity pool, maybe like $100 million of volume. And but yeah, so the question of why didn't HEX do so well in the bear market? Well, because everybody put their money into sacrifices that were unrelated and ended up selling, I assume, much of what was sacrificed. So there you go. Good point. Thanks. Believe in yourself is going to make a graphic novel. Excellent example in sci-fi. About to hit the 3-year mark with your weekly streams. You're a champion. Hey, thanks, Crypto Truth. Yeah, let me see. What's 147? Where's my calculator here? There it is. 147. Yeah. So 52 times 3 will be 156. We're 9 weeks away from the 3-year mark. I've already got enough vehicles. I'm happy driving like what I've got. So the time machine, it's being sold because it's so cool. I want somebody else to get some of the magic, and if it's not going to be somebody in the Hex and Pulse Chain ecosystem, which I'd be surprised if somebody didn't buy it, but then it'll go to the DeLorean Midwest family. There's plenty of buyers right now for DeLoreans, and my DeLorean is one of the best preserved on the face of the earth. So I'm going to be doing a post on Twitter about it, and I'd appreciate everybody sharing that once I get it up here, probably this weekend. That'll be really exciting to do the to hand it off to the next person who wants to be a part of the legend of the DeLorean. So let's see, it's 7:02 here. I've gone through a bunch of news here. Oh yeah, unknown hacker breached Donald Trump Jr.'s Twitter account and said Richard Hart is innocent. When I become president, I'm going to burn the SEC. Lots of people were giving commentary about that. Interesting. There you have it, folks. So let me see if we can raid this this next stream. If Crypto Class has gone live yet, or if I even got the time right. Yeah, they're supposed to go live here soon. It looks like Hod Pro and Raquel and Crypto Class and some other people here. Georgia Carrera. I'm not sure who their guest is, but they're going to be talking about pulse chain market sentiment here. I'm going to keep going for a few more minutes to see if we can give them a raid and just keep the party going. How about that? Okay. One of my behavior validators was joking with me already, saying that they deleted as instructed. Just kidding, I hope. Otherwise, that ink is going to be sitting there no matter how high the price goes, right? What's up, Robbie Creates? Good to see you there. So, we'd love to send you shirts and other things for the meetups coming up at the end of October and November. Yeah, I've got a PO box. Why don't you tell me what your Twitter is, and I will look out for your message on there. If I'm not following you on Twitter, then I need to know what your handle is. Otherwise, I can't get a message from you. So I've got those filters in place. So let's see what else has been going on with me. I'm getting over a little bout of the Wu flu. It was really not bad this time. I barely had a cough, if at all. I think when I'm talking for long durations like I am right now, my voice gets a little bit lower and have a little bit of a cough. But I've had this now through the worst of it. It was basically just sleeping a lot, and of course, I probably got exposed when I was at that tech meetup in LA, where I shilled the shit out of Time Pays Me and got a bunch of really smart people to give me their email addresses so I can share the book chapter about Time Pays Me, about this brand new idea of being able to pay yourself for positive behavior change. I think that that's an unrealized function of money. I think it's one of the most important things that that can exist in the world of finance, and it's only made possible by crypto. It's only made possible because we have true programmable money, as the stream that I did where I showed you how to do a price lock. That's just the beginning of being able to do other behavior locks. So why don't you give Time Pays Me a try? Go back to the beginning of this episode if you didn't see it all, because it's definitely making history. For now, we've got the next stream starting here. Crypto Class is going live here with Hodprol and Georgia Carrera and Raquel. So please go raid them now and let them know who sent you. Let them know that it's a Maddie raid coming in from HEX Therapy Live, from Time Pays Me. Go support the other HEX streamers now. The ladies of HEX, join me in raiding them now. Until next time, stake wisely, my friends, and peace out.
It's from Maddie ALLin of HEX Therapy Live. I like Maddie. Maddie tries to make the world a healthier place. He's a mental health professional. He's done research, big videos on sudden wealth syndrome. There's nothing that a human being can do better than try and heal his fellow man. Maddie ALLin's got that covered. He does emotional, feel-good, mind management, emotion stuff, like, as his gig, because he's a therapist. That's what he does for a living. Like, he helps heal people.